What's up, guys? I'm Will Scully, AudioSavings.com. We're here hanging out at NAMM 2016, and I've got Gannon with Universal Audio here, and we're going to talk about your the Apollo Twin that offers USB to your PC users. Yep. So I'll let you just kind of take it away.
Right on. Yeah, this is Apollo Twin USB right here, brand new Apollo. This is going to be available in Q1 2016. This allows you to connect to any PC with USB 3, so a high-speed USB interface. Lets us do real-time analog plugins in the console as well as plugins in your DAW. So same operational workflow that you run into with the Apollo Thunderbolts rather. This is a duo core, so 2 Shark chips inside of it. It ships with the real-time analog classics bundle, so you have tons of plugins to get you right off the gate. It features Unison-enabled mic preamps. Unison allows us to take the stock mic preamps on the Apollo and turn them into Neve and API or Universal Audio. It also attaches to the high Z input. So when you plug a guitar into that, we change the impedance of the high Z input to match whatever amp you're putting in. So if you're in one of the 4 holes of the Marshall amplifiers or a stomp box like an Ibanez Tube Screamer, all of the impedances are matched, so your pickups feel exactly the same. The loading is exactly the same as if you were plugging into the analog device. These can be expanded with the PCIe cards and the FireWire satellite. So if you want to add more DSP processing for mixing horsepower, you can combine it with other products that have UAD chips on it as well.
Yeah, well, I'm not to interrupt at all, but with expanding, it's always nice to go with the PCI card or with the box. But again, with sometimes even just having 2 processors is a lot of power, and you can always print out that and then reutilize that bandwidth again as well.
Exactly. That's the key to the Apollo workflow, is that since you can record in real time in the console, you can choose to dedicate those effects as you're recording with the record button, or you can just monitor them, hear them in the headphones, and print them later. So if you're not sure, you can do both things. You can also use an aux track, so you can print the wet and the dry at the same time. So the full workflow range of workflows are available to you. So analog desktop studio right on your desktop here. If you have any more questions, we have more information on the website at uaudio.com.
Absolutely, good to know. The last thing I wanted to point out was when you buy this, it's like buying a handful of preamps along with it. With this, what was the name of that technology again?
It's Unison Technology.
Unison Technology, sounds good. Last thing before we let you guys go, you had a few new plugins that dropped this go around. Real quickly, what are those?
Okay, we have the Sonox Oxford Involution plugin. I can never get that one out, but it's basically next generation transient designer. It offers you frequency-dependent triggering, so you can operate on a certain frequency of what the transient is. So it's not just a full frequency trigger, and you have envelope control over the back half of a decay of say a piano or a longer instrument. It's great for even modifying reverbs, for example. We have BX Digital version 3, which is a mastering grade mono stereo plugin. That allows you to work on the mono component and the stereo component of an audio picture. So for example, you could work on your overhead cymbals. You can widen out the stereo width and then tuck your mono drums inside of that. It's great to have a mastering grade EQ in your workflow, so you can put it on individual instruments, subgroups, or your master bus. So really powerful. And lastly, we have the JMP 2203 Marshall amplifier from Softtube. So kind of rounding out the Marshall collection. It's awesome. It has all the Tony Platt presets. It has choice of microphones in the channel strip. What's cool about that amplifier is you have independent gain control over the preamp section and the power section. So you can get anything from super distorto crunchy sounds by overdriving the preamp, or you can dial back the preamp and bring up the power section and get more of a clean but beefy tone. So very cool.
It is cool. It's very cool. And with that being said, running you guys plugins has been paramount. In my studio, I don't know what I'd do without you. And recently, we're talking about installing a live system, running Universal Audio Live, which is also widely cool. You can bring that studio sound to your live performance setup. Very cool application. Well, cool. Well, Gannon, thank you so much for your time today, man. Appreciate you guys. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Will Scully, AudioSavings.com.